This video is brought to you by the Talent Transformation Guild, helping you stay relevant for the future of work, learning, and leadership.
What are the vaccines and antidotes to, say, the fear of others?
Yeah, so there's a couple. One of the big ones that I really like to talk about, because I think there's such great opportunity here, is if our brains are going to be constantly seeing the enemy, which they're designed to do, right? It's hard to rewire our brains. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of work. Not that we're not capable of it, but it's difficult. So any opportunity when we can work with our biology rather than against it is great. Right. So what I say is, okay, if your brain is looking for an enemy, give it one. Just give it one, right? Just make sure it's not around race or gender or age, or like the classic example that I tell people, and it's a little bit of a, tongue in cheek. I said, look, if you want world peace, I'll give it to you. It's very simple. All we need is an extraterrestrial invasion. Right. Now we have a clear common enemy, right? That is not one of us. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be united. The other, example that I give, and again, it seems silly, but when you think about big rivalries, if you're a sports fan, so I'm a huge Boston Red Sox fan, right? I walk into Boston Red Sox, I walk into Fenway Park, and I immediately know who's in my tribe. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not that I don't see race. I still see race. I still see age, gender, all of the factors that I might, even political affiliation. I'm like, I may not agree with you on this, but it doesn't matter right now because we have a clear common external enemy. Yeah. The Yankees, those losers, right? We hate them. Mm-hmm. So all of the internal squabbles that might be driving teams apart or races apart or genders apart. Well, if we have a clear common bigger enemy that's external, we can refocus our brains on something that we can fight together.
You say having a common enemy, and I hold this view for a lot of time. And this view of mine was a little shaken because in my view, the situation right now with coronavirus is the epitome of alien attack and invasion. So you have basically this creature which is not human, it's just a force of nature. It's killing everybody and it's attacking everything. It's the closest we can get to an alien invasion is the coronavirus killing everybody. And even then, people are not really that united. Yeah. So is that another way to see this, that this makes sense? Why people didn't unite against coronavirus?
Yeah, it's a great point. And I'm so glad that you bring it up because honestly, and this sounds terrible, I am not trying to undermine any of the pain and suffering that people have felt, myself included, from deaths of loved ones and families. We have 500,000 deaths in this country from coronavirus. But when it first came, I was like, this is the opportunity. Right? This is the clear common other that we can unite behind, that, oh my gosh, this is going to drive us together. And then it didn't. And I think there's a couple reasons why. And then certainly we can talk deeply about politics and how it became politicized to actually drive people apart further. Because if you believe in this, then you are this person. And if you're that person, then you don't believe this. Mm-hmm. We start to make this a tribal decision. Instead of it being something that can unite us, we tied it to another dividing factor, saying, oh, well, if you believe this, you believe X. So you're in that camp and I'm in this camp. And I think that was part of it. It was definitely a frustrating moment to not see, or to really see an opportunity lost. That said, I have seen pockets of that unity, right? When you look at New York and everybody banging the drums and singing and celebrating together in their separate homes, in Italy, same thing. And I do think there is a common sense of we're in this together. There's some suffering that we're all experiencing. And I wish, honestly, that the media had latched onto that a little bit more instead of the negative death destruction, pulling us apart. Yeah. But, and this is part of the instinct, right? Mm-hmm. Our brain likes and feeds on the negative because, again, for our ancestors, that's the stuff that we needed to pay attention to. That's the tiger lurking back here that could actually kill us. And so we latch on to the negative. And the media typically takes advantage of that. That's the story that's going to sell.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a double negative.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please comment below and share how you are staying relevant. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the new world of work, learning, and leadership.